Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and tell you about some of the messages that have been coming through and the things I've been noticing in my sessions and in the energy lately, and especially being amplified by this moon that we just experienced a couple days ago. So it's been intense. You're not alone if you're struggling a bit, dealing with some heavy energy or some chaotic feeling like you're floating around like a balloon above your body feeling. And I've been feeling both of those things um, in and out lately. So, what's been coming through in the sessions is this potent integration that's happening between the upper and the lower chakras. If you're familiar with the chakras, how I experience some of it is the heart being, I'm kind of hanging out in my heart space here, being the intermediary between the higher realms and the lower realms, which are the human realms. And with the veil getting thinner and thinner, it seems like there needs to be a balance between these two. And some people function a little more easily down in the lower ones, where you're feeling more grounded, you stay in the humanness, the human version of you feels more comfortable. So hanging out in the human realms can look like feeling bored and mundane, being in the routine. It can look like using substances to drown out your emotions or to cope. It can look like trying to escape, but not up into these higher realms, escaping into the human kind of pleasures and things that take your mind off of emotions and other things that might be coming in from above. Now, if you're stuck in the higher ones and you have a hard time grounding, that looks like, I talk about the rat cage brain all the time, where your thoughts just keep coming and you have a hard time slowing them down. You're not really finding peace in staying in the present moment. It can look like nightmares. It can look like having trouble even getting to sleep at all. And it can kind of manifest too as this feeling of, I can't focus, I have no clarity, I don't know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I have no excitement and plans for the future that I'm working towards my goals to get there. So what's been coming through lately, and it's beautiful and it's painful, and this in general message hasn't changed, about getting rid of the disconnect and being the full you, which is the spirit self and the human self, and allowing all of that. And it's tough because you want to kind of split off and be like, well, if I'm being my spirit self, it feels like a perfection. It feels like a certain way you have to be. And then you kind of shove away your human flaws and the mistakes and the limited consciousness that you have in your human self. And then the human self kind of judges this other version of you, and it doesn't really understand it. And sometimes it feels aloof, or like it just is too big, or the perspective is too much. And we have a hard time trusting our intuition and the things that are coming in, because we just can't really bring it down into our human brains, because it's too complicated, it seems. So breaking this veil, it seems to be breaking open the heart so that there is less of a disconnect between the two. And this might feel super, super uncomfortable if you're not used to moving in and out of these different energy bodies and these perspectives. Oh, it's a lot. So if you're feeling out of whack, I had to reach out to a friend of mine. We did a Reiki share last night, and she helped me get grounded, because I'm typically up in the top chakras, and I was just feeling like I was getting blasted by this radio, and I could not click into one radio station. It was just, I was getting hit with so many different radio stations all at once, and the music and the frequencies, it was it was driving me nuts. So I had to reach out to a friend that's a little more in the human groundedness to help me filter this energy through, get rid of some of the junk down below, and help me get my energy flowing a little bit more fluidly. And I feel a lot better after that. So another message that's been coming through has been about going up and down into these a little bit easier, allowing yourself to go into the humanness and staying there for a little while, and allowing yourself to, whichever one is harder for you to do, making sure that you spend time in the other one. Because we're supposed to be taking the information and the perspective from those higher places and bringing them into the human experience. It's not about trying to escape the human experience so that we can transcend and just be in these higher vibrational places, even though that feels good sometimes, especially for those of us light workers who just want to be up there all the time. But I've been told that that's not the purpose. The purpose is to go up, get as much as you can while you're there, and to bring it into the human part, and to share it with the human part, and to also connect it to the earth. I've been told that if we don't open those lower chakras while we're here, it doesn't really matter how much of the higher stuff that we do, or all that information and all the things we experience up there, if we're not sharing it with the human part, it kind of gets lost. And if we pass on or whatever, go where we're going next, we can't leave that information behind if we don't lock it into the earth grid. What else? So when we were doing this work last night and I got grounded, it felt really good. Then I was able to have the clarity, and I was able to go up, which was not even my intention, because I kind of just wanted to stay in the grounding, nice, secure place for a little while. But as soon as the other practitioner grounded me, and we're doing the Reiki share, so I'm going and working on someone else now. And now I'm zooming up into the ethers. And what I was guided to do after that, and you can try this for yourself if you feel like you're able to, and if it resonates with you. Go somewhere here in the solar plexus. You can maybe even work in the heart, but it feels a little bit lower than that. And stay there with yourself for a little bit and see what you feel. The next part is to, once you're there, let the lower chakras expand and let the stuff that's in there come out. Good, bad, ugly, let it come out. And let the things that don't need to be carried with you kind of come up and off of you. And you can do that just by focusing with a love intention. Don't try to push it away. It's more of a holding. I'm holding you, and the stuff kind of falls away, and you might have a little emotional moment with that. And next I was guided to, I was looking deeper, and I saw this DNA strand. And if you're familiar with energy work, this symbolism comes up a lot. I think that we're opening more in our minds and in our bodies than we ever realize. And I think it really is DNA type healing. Anyway, so what I was told is to listen for her sounds. Everybody has an energy frequency. It's a harmonic energy frequency that's basically like your name. It's a telepathic way of telling who you are. It is who you are. It's a certain tone it's mixed by 6 other tones that when they're played together, it reminds you of who you are. And that's what I was told to do in the solar plexus, was to sit there with it and to wait till I heard the tones that were the person I was working on. And later did that with each of us and myself at the group. It brings me to tears, actually, to think about it. So see if you can go in there and if you can hear your tones. And maybe it comes through as just one after they're all together. But the way it came through for me is I heard 6 tones, and then they wrapped themselves together, and it opened something in the heart. And it felt like a dam breaking. It felt like everything integrating and coming together. And I'm sure there's going to be more to this story as we go. But it felt like an integration in a way that if you're ready for it, you can get rid of the block, and you don't have to be in one or the other. You can accept all your humanness, you can accept all your divinity, and realize that you are this beautiful, magical being that is ethereal, spirit, divine, and human, and flawed, and all of these things. So let me know what you think, if you've been experiencing some of these things, and let me know if you give this little meditation a try and how it goes for you. All right, see you guys later. Thank you.